Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow again. It is a magical Monday here in the studio as I record. And it's not just any Monday, it is Memorial Day. A day where we honor the men and women who have died while serving in the U.S. military. And we pay our respects. And, obviously it's interesting because I'm actually from... my roots are in Norfolk, Virginia, because the biggest naval base in the world is in Norfolk, Virginia. Both my grandfathers, dad's and my dad's dad, and as well as my dad was in the Navy for a little while, and then my mom's father was like career Navy. He went from a enlisted guy at like 17 to as high as you can go as an enlisted, person who didn't go to some, fancy military school or whatever. And he was actually at Pearl Harbor when it got bombed. And he jumped ship and swam through bodies and the whole thing and survived. Luckily for me and for you too, I suppose, or there would be no Positive Head podcast. So, it's very interesting to me because I think about me being in the military, and it's like, oh, wow, like so not me, and having respect for the people. And I am pro peace, and war is not something that I'm a big advocate of or particularly interested in. And like so many things in our life. You realize in our journey as evolving species that this is a part of our journey, this war and battling and all these things that we've done. So yeah, I honor the process of separation and contrast that war has provided society as we now enter into an era that I am very, very focused on where where peace is the thing. Like Mother Teresa, when they asked her to march against the war in Vietnam, she said, "I'll never do that, but have a march for peace and I'll be there," because she understood being for something and against nothing. So I understand from the grandest perspective, war and military and all these things are divine too. And I'm very happy to say that we are finding our way. I think, certainly there's a lot of military presence and stuff on this planet now. I believe there's less war than ever. Don't quote me on that, but it seems like that's something that I've heard recently. And it makes sense that we would ultimately, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, be like, war? What an awful idea. Why would we kill each other? An extension of self. And that's really what all of us tuning into this broadcast are beginning to understand is that, it is, you cannot win fighting yourself. It's, how do you use love to dissolve and work through these challenges? And sometimes easier said than done, but those of us tuning into this broadcast are committed to that. And so I applaud you as well on Memorial Day for paving the way forward, as I also pay my respects to all those who have come before us, including my own family. And so let's see here. What am I going to talk about today? Well, before I jump in, I would like to take a moment and read a review on Amazon. Getting reviews rolling in for The Golden Key, my first book, and super rewarding to hear people's feedback. So I wanted to just, read one here, a very short one by Paula Wall, who said, well written and easy to read. Sources cited are all teaching the same idea via many varying perspectives. From psychic channeling to archaeology and geology, this is the way to abundance. Go for it. Love and light. Yeah, I like to. I've recently started saying that I'm a thought leader DJ. I like to take people's thoughts and ideas and put my own spin on them, pun intended. And so I did a lot of that in the book. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to goldenkey.gift. You can use the code POSITIVEHEAD to get the audio and/or ebook. And yeah, it's about 3 hours to listen to, 100 pages to read, very concise. I definitely summarize the 25 years of deep exploration and on these topics. And of course, same thing with almost 1,500 episodes of this podcast now. So just past the 6-year mark. So wow, time flies when time's an illusion. So what do I want to talk about today? I watched the documentary Becoming Nobody, all about Ram Daas and Raghu Marcus, who was on the podcast recently, who runs the Love Serve Remember Foundation, set it up for and with Ram Daas originally and runs it now. He's the one who, sort of the main producer behind it. And I actually got my family to watch it. My mom and my dad was there, but, not fully focused in. He instantly goes to like reading Bible scripture if something like that's on. And my brother, and yeah, it was great. And so much, stuck out in it. Of course, Ram Daas is, wow, what an inspiration that guy is for me. And if you haven't checked out his work, definitely check it out. There's a reason he's such a legend, and I think he will go down, as someone 1,000 years ago from now that they talk about, at this time that just brought so much awareness to this planet. And he said something that really I just loved. And he said, not getting what you want is as interesting as getting what you want. Have you ever thought of it in that way? Not getting what you want is as interesting as getting what you want. You know what that's a recipe for? That's a recipe for you can never lose. And of course, we talk around this, idea all the time on this podcast, but, it's another angle to look at it like, this is interesting too. And I can really relate to that. It's like having, and you can probably relate to it too. Have you ever had like something that made you sad, for example? It didn't go the way you want, and then you feel sad. Well, you know what? There's a part of you that's actually enjoying that feeling sad. Like, I get to feel kind of down and out. And, and so that it really points to something interesting in ourselves. It's like, it's all interesting. It's all, it's all happening for us, however it unfolds. And so what if we just say, we just started approaching everything that we want with curiosity and an openness to, I kind of want this, and it'll be interesting if it happens. It'll be interesting if it doesn't, and adding that perspective of this or something better always makes such a difference, right? Okay, I'm shooting for this, I'm aiming for this, and it'll be this or something better. And if I get it, wow, interesting. Oh, I don't? Wow, I wanted that thing that was so exciting to me, and it didn't manifest the way that I want. But wow, that relationship that I was interested in manifesting, they were so amazing. So you mean there's something even better for me? Like, this is the perspective that just curious childlike wonder to everything. Every time you can see there's a place where you're attached, you know where your work is. When you're overly attached, and the universe has a way of pushing the buttons of the things that really hurt you. I talk about my brother a fair amount with, on the show, and some of the things with him, like one of the things that just happened. He's such an interesting case because he's so aware of all this stuff, but it's kind of like he doesn't fully commit, or it's like, I know, but I don't. It's like, I know if I could talk to his higher self, it's like, yeah, I'm not quite ready to really go there and live it and apply it in all perspectives at all times. I want to be sort of, resistant for longer. It's so interesting to see. It's kind of like when I talk to my ex-girlfriend years ago's higher self through someone on the show, and they were like, look, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you want to fix me. I don't want to be fixed. I want to be here in this sort of self-loathing, insecure, depressive state. And it's really interesting when you look at it like that. And I can really feel that with my brother, where it's like, he makes here's the example I was getting to. His car, he's really into his cars, like he takes, I'm someone who's like, whatever, I like a nice car, and as long as it gets me where I want to go, I don't, I'm not meticulous about it. It's got to be spotless every second and all of those things. And that's how he is. His cars always look like pristine, everything's perfect. And so he takes it and he parks really far away from people in parking lots because he doesn't want them to hit his car. He's like overly obsessive and concerned. Well, we all know, what does this lead to? What does this attract? He parks at the very end of a parking lot away from everyone. Someone somehow finds their way to his car while he's in a restaurant, backs into it, hits and run, gone. His car that's like 4 or 5 months old, whatever, something like that, now dented in the side. And he just ranting about it, like, the universe knows. It knows that I want to keep my car nice. So we always know what the universe is going to do. It's going to screw you, He's like, we found out we actually had two relatives looking back in our DNA that had the name Ebenezer is their name. One, my great grandfather. And it's like, I think Ebenezer Scrooge, so from Christmas Carol. But he's just like, he's so funny because he's like, the universe knew that he wants to keep it nice. We'll show him. And, so, when we're overly attached to anything, we sort of can attract its opposite. The story of the Taoist farmer I've shared, it's been a while, but I'll go ahead and share it now. It's just this perspective, of course, Taoism being this ancient philosophy that's very closely aligned to all the things we talk about on the show. And there's a story of the Taoist farmer who is, he's one day he's his horse, he has one horse that helps him to till his fields, and it runs away. And the neighbors who aren't Taoists don't have the kind of perspective we're talking about on the show. They see this from a very, black and white, one chess move away kind of perspective. Oh, your one horse ran away. Oh my gosh, they come over. Oh, we see your horse ran away. This is awful. You're screwed. Without that horse, you don't have the horsepower you need to work your fields. And the repercussions of that are disastrous, right? And the Taoist farmer understanding, like, being unattached and trusting the mystery, trusting the process. One of the chapters and one of the keys in the Golden Key is trust the mystery, by the way. And he's like, he just says to them, maybe so. Maybe I'm screwed. Maybe I'm not. We'll see, unattached. Curiously, this is as interesting, his attitude. This is as interesting as getting what I want. Well, then the next day, the horse comes back, and it is another wild horse followed it home. So he went from having one horse to no horses. Now he has 2 horses, double the horsepower. Neighbors see this again, having their very, black and white, limited perspective, say, oh my gosh, we thought you were screwed, but look how fortunate you are, how lucky you are. Now you have 2 horses. What a turn of fate. Wow. Taoist farmer. And yeah, this is interesting too. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you're right, neighbors. Maybe not. Whatever. I'm just here to, roll with what comes as gracefully as possible. Next day, his son, his one human helper, gets on the wild horse to try and train it, and gets thrown and breaks his leg. And neighbors see it, come over, say, "Oh my gosh, we thought you were, screwed. Then we thought you were so blessed. Now we know you're screwed. Your one human helper is, down and out with a broken leg for your, the harvest. You're done." How does the Taoist farmer reply? Maybe so. Maybe, who knows? I trust. Next day, here's an interesting little synchronistic tie-in that I didn't plan on. The military comes along, gathering up young boys to take them off to war, where they'll be on the front line, sure to die. They come to gather up the Taoist farmer's son because he's a perfect age, and they find him laid up in bed with a broken leg, and therefore pass him by because he's of no use to them. Neighbors see this, come over, say, "Oh my gosh, we thought you were screwed. Then we thought we were blessed, and we knew you were screwed. Now you can see that you're actually really blessed. What do you think the Taoist farmer said? Maybe so. And so this is the thing. This is the journey. It is as interesting to get what you want, to not get what you want, as it is to get what you want. If you can take and adopt that perspective on you in your life on a go forward, think of how, feel the energy of the Taoist farmer and how graceful he walked through the fire of his life, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. This is like, when you're moving into mastery of the human experience, this is what it feels and looks like, because you know too much to get, you may react, certainly we're here to also experience emotions in the full gamut. But they're going to come up in a way that, they get processed quickly and efficiently. And you quickly go back to the default of what your baseline is, the calm, the eye of the storm. The hurricane can be blowing all around, and you're the unmoved mover in the middle, that part of yourself that has been there observing you since you were 5, and that will be there when you're 95, just watching, unattached. That's source, that's higher self. That's the unmoved mover is there, always there, and it is curiously unaffected by the goings-ons of the human experience. Well, I hope this has helped you to continue to shift and solidify this firm ground of a perspective that you have been building for yourself as you rewire the neural networks in your brain to look and view reality through this lens. You are becoming so powerful, and you are leveling up in so many ways, and you should be so proud of yourself. You should be so grateful. You're learning to be grateful for everything that arises. Whatever arises, you're learning to love and find the beauty in, and trusting the mystery around it. And you're doing it not just for yourself, you're doing it for your family. You're doing it for the human family, because we're all connected. Vibrationally, we're all connected. So as you change the collective consciousness, you make it that much easier for the next person, because it's a ripple. We're all impacting each other. And that is, so inspiring. So if you ever think, oh, I'm not making a difference, you are making a difference by changing you. That is, Ram Daas said, I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself. And why did he say that? Because he understood that the impact of you working on yourself is the most profound thing you can do for the world. Isn't that inspiring to know? And as you continue on your day, grateful for all the men and women who have lived a much more challenging life, perhaps even in the military, in your family or otherwise, because let's face it, it's like Earth is like boot camp for all of us, no matter what, especially those that came before us, man. They definitely didn't have it super easy, and they paved the way for your life to be as convenient and comfortable as it is. And so gratitude is the attitude for all of us to tap into every day. And with that, I have a song called Gratitude by Londrell. Love this track. Hope you do too. Till next time, journey well. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
I gotta be thankful because I know someone lost their life today. And so every moment I endeavor to live life the righteous way, to serve with a sense of purpose and let love light the way. Even if I die today, that's just the price I pay. Just know I try to be kind and seek the divine every night and day. Gratitude for the sunrise, gratitude for the sunshine, gratitude for the moonlight. Every day feels like a new life, especially when I meditate. Take a breath and then I elevate. Everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude, gratitude. Gratitude is the fruit of life, the nourishment of the soul when there's no food in sight. When your vibrations are low and you feel blue inside, gratitude is the attitude that gets you through the night. Never believe in lack or limitations. Anything can be manifested with a little appreciation. I appreciate my life. I appreciate my breath. I appreciate my sight. Gratitude for my health. Gratitude is the happiest mood. Even if I happen to lose, everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. It's how you should live. It's how you should be. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. That's how you should love. That's how you stay free. Yeah, 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude.